You, as the Libra, you want to be the person that is perfect. Like Libra and Virgo have that in common. Libra is a perfectionist like Virgo. So when you make the wrong decision and everyone knows you made that decision, you almost feel like everyone's judging you, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why Libra goes with the flow. Not because they don't know what they want to do. I promise you, Libras always know what their preference is.
Yes.
But they're not saying it out loud because in case everyone doesn't have a good time or doesn't go the right way, it'll come back to Libra.
They don't want to be the one.
And that to Libra is very embarrassing and very sad because they will think about it. To other people, they're like, ah, whatever, it didn't work out. To Libra, Libra will think about it.
Over and over.
Air sign, you know what I mean? It will live in their head rent free forever. What's good, guys? It's your girl Sarah.
I'm Maya.
And we're JanTube Dangerous. And we're dangerous. Okay, we dangerous and maybe we're a little sad today.
Yeah, just a little.
We're reacting to a list that talks about all the signs and what makes them really sad.
Yes.
So, you know.
Let's get into it.
Get the Kleenex.
Right. Because it may hit.
It may hit. Let's get into it. All right, first up we got Aries, and it says people ignoring what they say.
Yes. I feel like Aries has like a lot of feelings. You know what I mean? And they actually are like super sensy, even though they come off very aggressive.
Yeah.
They have a lot of feelings and they're actually very sensy, you know what I mean? So I feel like when they're trying to express their feelings, even though it may be aggressive and it's not being heard, they get really sad.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like at the end of the day, they have that leadership thing, you know? So I feel like even if they're in a place where people don't know that they're the leader and they talk and no one's listening, they're like, well, don't you know how I roll? When I speak, you listen.
Right.
You know what I mean? Again, it feels like disrespectful.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they would be like, well, listen to me, you know? They would kind of just like feel like they're being ignored and then go home and get really sad and angry.
Yeah.
You know, because they're not the type to be like, well, I have something to say.
Yeah.
Like, either you're listening when they're talking or you're not, and if you're not listening, they're gonna remember that.
Yeah.
And it's gonna make them sad.
For sure. I totally agree. I also think though too, when you're comfortable with that Aries, because some of them, you know, they can be very hot-headed. It's like, they won't always tell you, especially if they're not comfortable, that you've upset them. But I feel like when they are really comfortable, like you think an Aries is yelling now, like they're really gonna start yelling at you. Sometimes they really turn up and that hot-headedness comes all the way out.
Yeah.
I feel like it just depends on the level
and you'll
of
feel their energy. I feel like it's
either way,
kind of like
switch.
Scorpio, where it's like you feel the Aries and like you feel that you've upset them, and they're not always gonna say it in front of everyone, but they're looking at you and you know they're like mad. And they're like, you won't talk about it when you get home, okay?
Right. You feel it even if they walked away. You're like, oh shit, like I'm in trouble.
Something's
happened.
wrong. Yeah.
So I pissed Aries off somehow.
Absolutely.
Next we have Taurus, and it says being pressured into doing something they dislike.
Yeah, I think that makes them really sad.
Yeah.
Because usually they're not even gonna be in a situation where they're doing something they dislike, but if they're forced into it, like let's say when they're younger with family, you know what I mean? Or if it's like a work thing, like if something where they feel like they have to do it and they really didn't want to, I do feel like it really stresses them out and it makes them feel anxious and it makes them feel like they have no control. And you know, they do have control. Like I said, they very rarely do things that they didn't want to do and they didn't choose to do for themselves.
Yeah.
So they will be really upset over it. I feel like it takes over.
Yes.
You know, you don't see Taurus sad or upset too often in public, but like if they're doing something they don't want to do, you can see Taurus feeling really anxious and just really upset. You know?
No, I feel like they get so offended because they are such creatures of habit, you know what I mean? They love what they love. And so I feel like sometimes if somebody says, let's change something about it, they're like, well, why? You know what I mean? It's almost like a personal offense. Like, why would I go do something new when I love the things that I love so much?
Yeah.
Like, why don't you get that I love these things? Why don't you love these things almost?
Yeah.
You know?
And they kind of get in their head about
Yeah.
it. Because they're like, what? Where did I go wrong for you to be in this situation with these people?
Right.
Why am I here, God?
Right. It's also like, why would I take that potential risk? Like, what if I don't have a good time? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would really upset them too and make them
And
sad.
I feel
It's
like
I put myself out
maybe-
there and it wasn't a good time. Like,
Yeah. You guys can sometimes get in your heads too much though, because like these experiences that you're so scared to you know, put yourself in can actually be really rewarding.
Yeah.
You know? All right, next we got Gemini, and it says being misunderstood / not being heard.
Yes. I feel like Gemini's whole purpose in life is to like communicate with other people. And I actually looked up the definition of communicate the other day, and it literally means to share news and information. Is that not Mercury? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You know, also I feel like as a Gemini moon, like I truly feel like this is 100% accurate, because when I'm expressing myself with words, it's coming from the heart. You know, so when I feel like people aren't understanding what I'm saying or how I'm feeling through my words, it really does upset me, because it makes me think, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Am I not saying the right things? Because like I feel like I'm communicating with you and telling you how I feel, but it feels like you're not really understanding what I'm saying, and there's a disconnect.
Yes.
And to me, it really does break me down, and it makes me really sad.
Yeah.
Because I take it upon myself to think, well, maybe I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, because Gemini loves to connect through communication. You know what I mean? So if you're being misunderstood, you're like, oh, well, we're not communicating properly, and that's an issue for them. You know? And I feel like another thing too, it's why it's also frustrating is like, words come so easily to a Gemini, you know what I mean? And they know what to say to people oftentimes. So when it's not hitting, it's like, well, wait. What's going on? What's wrong here?
For sure. You know? For sure. Like, what do I need to change for this to work?
Yes.
And a lot of times, Gemini, it's not you.
No.
Like, you know, we're really good communicators. So if someone is, you know, not responding to you or is giving you the silent treatment, like, that's on them. It sucks, but you know you're an amazing communicator.
Alright, next we have Cancer, and it says feeling left out.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Okay, listen, Cancer is like the sign of, you know, it's the 4th house, it's like family. It's like, why am I part of this family? It could be like literally like with anyone, but to them it's like, if Cancer feels left out, it feels like they're not in on this very familial you know, space, familial group, whatever it may be. They feel like they are the odd one out.
Yeah.
And family is so important to Cancer, not just like actual family, but like friends, like feeling really close to certain groups of people. It could be at work, at school, whatever, like you need those people. So when you're the odd one out, you kind of feel like you have to fend for yourself. Yeah. They understand the importance of family or friends, because they know if something happens, you have these people close to you that could take care of you, that you could take care of them, because they love taking care of people. So when they're left out, they feel like they have no purpose in life.
Yes. Exactly that. I feel like Sarah said it perfectly. Like, they always want to be a part of a family or a group or a club, whatever it may be.
They want to feel like they fit in.
And if they aren't, they're super sad, because they also are such a giving sign. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have nobody to give to.
Yeah, it's odd to them.
Their purpose is lost.
Yeah, and the thing with Cancer is, like, they are very selective. Like, they want to give it all that love to the people that deserve it. You know what I mean? So if they're left out, they almost feel like, well, I gotta start over. I gotta find where I fit in. Like, that's hard for them.
That's hard for them. Because they take such time to build the roots, too, and nurture.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, next we have Leo, and it says not having their efforts recognized.
Yes, I feel like this is definitely true for Leo. I feel like Leos are really hardworking. They're very consistent, and on top of that, they're kind. Yeah. In all of their like workings with other people. You know what I mean? So when their hard work and their creative ways aren't appreciated, I feel like they're gonna be upset. Yeah. You know, they're the sun at the end of the day. Yeah. They need some people to be looking at how bright they're shining.
I agree. You know, I feel like Leos, they don't always get the credit they deserve.
They don't.
And they have a lot of creativity, 5th house shit, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of times people will feel the energy of the sun and let that take over, and they do some amazing things, but they don't come back and tell the sun, hey, it's because of the way you shined on me that I was able to think about these things in this way. You know, and I feel like Leo is so, like you said, consistent with the energy that they give, that it's almost taken for granted. Yes. You know, and I feel like people really do need to give Leo the credit they deserve. And like, as a Leo Mars, I totally fucking get it. Like, we just always come out ready to show out, ready to make everyone feel good. Like, let's do it. We're on the stage, baby. Like, whatever it may be. And like, if I'm feeling it, even if you're not feeling it, I'm gonna give you some of the energy I have, and because it's just gonna work better in our favor when everyone is feeling good.
For sure.
And I feel like people don't understand that about Leo energy.
Yeah.
If you have a Leo placement
right.
around you, they will feed your soul through the energy of the sun.
Yes, they fill up other people's cups so willingly, but other people don't fill back into theirs all the time.
And I will say, I think it's because Leo is one of those signs that always seems to be doing great.
Yeah.
You know, outwardly. So if they're going through it, if they're sad because people, you know what I mean, if people aren't, you know, giving them the credit they deserve, they won't show it.
Yeah.
They'll just pretend that they're okay. And I feel like you Leos, I know you're sensitive, so show it. Like, people need to know that things affect you too, so they can be there for you, and give people a chance to be there for you.
Yeah, and let people know that you need words of affirmation. I feel like all Leos need that.
Hell
You know what I mean? So don't be afraid to let your friends, your partners, your family, whoever know that you need that.
I don't know if you guys watched Summer House. It reminded me of the time when Lindsay was like, when was the last time you made me a sandwich? So Lindsay is on Summer House and she's a Leo, love her. And she, you know, was fighting with her boyfriend, ex at this time. And one of the things she told him, because he kept telling her, like, why don't you ever, like, make me food, make me a sandwich? And she rolled up on him, was like, when was the last time you made me a sandwich?
Iconic.
If that's not Leo energy, I don't know what is. Make your Leo a sandwich.
Right.
Man or woman, okay? Don't be sexist out here.
We hate that shit. Next, we have Virgo, and it says, Virgo feeling useless, like they're a burden to people.
Yes.
It makes me very sad.
It's so true. It's honestly, like, Virgo is an acts of service kind of individual. Like, they need to feel like they are helping you in some way.
Yes.
And if they feel like they're there and no one needs them to do anything, and they're useless, they truly feel like, what is my purpose in life?
No, they get so anxious.
And they get sad. Like, they're busybodies, you know? So if they sit there, they got nothing to do, or someone is like, well, I don't really need you, they're gonna feel like, well, why? I'm always needed.
Yes.
I always do things graciously.
Watch your Virgo start to fidget when they don't have anything to do.
They
start picking up
fidgeters.
other things. They're like, well, can I help?
They get
no,
sad.
Virgo.
They really get sad.
They really feel similar to Cancer in the sense it's like, what is their life purpose if they're not helping or like, you know, providing for other people?
For sure. And just even about the fact that it says like when they're a burden to people, I feel like Virgo wants to make everything easier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is why they are the way they are. Like, they do things so perfectly because they want life to be easier. They get stressed out when things don't go you know, their way, or if the plan doesn't work out.
Yeah.
You know, so if they're the person, if you make your Virgo feel like they're a burden, they truly feel like, well, why am I even here? And they will literally go into hibernate mode even more.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Because their life is all about proving to people that they can make life easier.
Yes.
Their purpose is to show people that they can make life easier.
Oh,
so if they're a burden, it is literally the opposite of what their life purpose is. So they will be very sad.
Right? They're not living their life. Yeah. That's purpose.
At all.
It's really sad. It is really sad.
Yeah. Right, next we got Libra, and it says making wrong, unfixable decisions.
I feel like this is so true. As a Libra moon, I feel like in general, sometimes I have a very hard time even making a decision. Yeah. So when I make a decision and then I find out it's the wrong one, oh my God. Like, I relive that moment in my head like forever. I feel like air signs, you know what I mean? They do that. They live in their head very much, and I feel like I will replay that wrong decision over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And I feel like when they made the wrong decision too, that means they're now off balance. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we
absolutely
being off balance.
I agree. You know, Libra is one of the most indecisive signs. You know, Gemini and Libra are there. And I feel like when you make the wrong decision, it's like all that time that you spent trying to figure out the best decision, almost like it was wasted.
Right.
You know, because they do take all that time. Libra's not indecisive because they don't know. Libra wants to make the decision that is right. That is why they're indecisive.
Exactly.
You know, it's the skills. It's the lawyer. Like, I gotta figure out how I'm doing to make sure I get the best result. You know, so when you make the wrong decision, it feels like you kind of fucked yourself over.
Yeah.
And you, as the Libra, you want to be the person that is perfect. Like, Libra and Virgo have that in common. Libra is the perfectionist like Virgo. So when you make the wrong decision and everyone knows you made that decision, you almost feel like everyone's judging you, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why Libra goes with the flow. Not because they don't know what they want to do. I promise you, Libras, always know what their preference is.
Yes.
But they're not saying it out loud because in case everyone doesn't have a good time or doesn't go the right way, it'll come back to Libra.
They don't want to be the one.
And that to Libra is very embarrassing and very sad because they will think about it. To other people, they're like, whatever, it didn't work out. To Libra will think about it.
Over and over.
Air sign, you know what I mean? It will live in their head rent free forever.
Yes.
Forever. And it will make them really, really sad.
It has made me very sad.
Yeah, as a Libra Mercury, same. I just want everything to be fair. You know what I mean? That's the Libra way. You want everything to be fair.
And when you realize you fuck up, it's like, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
It's really sad.
It's really daunting.
It is. Oof.
Okay, next we have Scorpio, and it says having their private stuff exposed.
Yeah. Oh, that makes me so sad. It makes me angry and then sad.
Yes!
Because I feel like we are so good at making sure we're protecting the things that we love, and that's where our need for privacy comes from, is because we want to protect the things that bring us joy, the things that we love.
Yeah.
You know, privacy is absolutely one of the best parts of life, but not a lot of people have figured out why you need privacy. To me, I need privacy because yes, I can protect it from the world. It's a crazy world out there. Why would I share everything that I love with everyone? You know what I mean? Like, people aren't going to understand the respect and value I have for these things. So when it's, you know, shared, or when someone talks about it or exposes it in life, it does make me really, really sad, because now I have to feel like I have to protect it even more.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't have the time for that. Like, how much more can I protect my privacy?
Yeah, no,
you know?
for sure.
And it feels like also a betrayal.
Oh, it is the ultimate betrayal.
It's a betrayal for me, and I understand not everyone's private like me. That is totally fine. But my things that are my things, like, they need to stay between me and me. And if you're someone close to me and you just are able to talk about it with other people, it will hurt my feelings. It will make me really sad, because I feel like then you do not understand me.
I feel like the #1 disrespectful thing you can do to a Scorpio is betray them. So yeah, they're going to be super sad that you shared some of the information that they hold close to their heart, but I do agree with the first thing that you said, that it will instantly change to revenge, depending on how private this stuff was. Like, oh, now I have a vendetta to, like, low-key end you, because you can't, like, don't do that. That's literally the #1 thing you don't do to a Scorpio, is betray them and, like, share their secret.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, no.
My thing is like, I'm so cautious of what I share about the people in my life. Like, so even like weirdly, someone would be like, "Why are you giving that a secret?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't know." You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure the people that I'm keeping these things for, like, don't give a fuck, but I'm still doing it because that's just how I operate. I don't share things about people. I can't, even if it's stupid shit. It's just not in my nature, so I almost expect the same back.
Yeah.
You know? Privacy protects. That's what I really want to say. Okay, next we have Sagittarius, and it says being accused of something they didn't do.
I feel like I can definitely see this, because I feel like Sag is very open to doing, like, a lot of things. They're like super down for a lot of shit. And so they'll know when they're not down to, like, do something, and if you're like, you did this, they'd be like, you ain't gonna lie on me. Yeah. You ain't gonna say that I did this, because, oh, I speak the truth.
Can I be honest? I feel like sometimes it's easy to put it on Sag.
It is.
And maybe this is something that is on this list.
Scapegoat.
Because I have to think about it. I'm like, in what situation? Like, why would they write this? And I thought about it, and I'm like, Sag is a really easy scapegoat. You know, and I feel like sometimes you guys don't even want to fight, so you'll be like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. But I feel like even if you do that, a part of you will be sad.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why do they think that they can just put this on me?
Yeah.
Because you guys really don't care. You're one of the most, next to Aquarius, I don't give a fuck signs. So if someone does put it on you, I feel like you guys truly won't give it 2 thoughts. You're like, I don't give a fuck. But like, internally, you will think about it. Like, why am I always the one that's being blamed for shit?
Yeah, well, I
just because I let shit go easier than everybody else, just so I don't give a fuck.
In the moment, it could be kind of funny, or it's like, oh, it's whatever, like, sure, make me the bad guy. But then when we have time to sit on it at home, we're like, yeah, why am I always the bad guy? Why do people always make me the scapegoat? Yeah. Because I'm the easy target. You know what I mean? Because I because we do put ourselves out there more than the average person. So of course it's easier to say, well, she did this, he did that. You know what I mean? Rather than.
I also feel like the thing with Sag is, you guys are viewed as someone that doesn't have feelings. Sadly.
Yeah, this is
you know what I mean? And everyone, well, not everyone, I know you guys have feelings. So I feel like maybe people like just feel the need to do that. So like, well, Sag doesn't care. And like, you guys, I know you guys care. You know, I know you guys care, and it is fucked up. And it would make me sad too if everyone fucking pushed shit on me.
Yeah.
That.
Honestly, when I read this, I was very triggered because when I thought back, I was like, you know what? A lot of people have done this to me. You know what I mean?
I love you.
I love you too, but it does make me super sad. Next we have Cap, and it says Capricorn working for nothing.
That would be really sad.
That would be really
No, actually, and I feel like it doesn't even have to be just about career. Like,
no.
Again, what I talked about in the last one, like wasting your time. It could be about a personal relationship or work or whatever. Like feeling like you're working for nothing.
Yeah.
Like, why did I put all this work into something that is ultimately not gonna mean shit?
Right.
You know, time is very, very precious to Capricorn. So if they're working for nothing and they realize, shit, I really have been hustling or putting my energy into a relationship that ended up being nothing, they will be really sad.
For sure. For sure. I feel like Capricorn is definitely not okay with just working all the time. To me, they work hard so they can have a release. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they can enjoy at the end. Capricorn doesn't just want to work till they die. You know what I mean? They're working so hard because at the end of it, they're hoping that there will be a big payoff and reward. So working for nothing? Like, I feel like that would make them really sad. Like, I put in all this hard work, all this time, like you said, and it's for nothing? No money, no recognition, no house, no what? Like, what? Because they're not working for nothing.
The thing is, Caps are one of the most hard-working people. So when they're working, they're hustling.
Yes.
You know, or if they're putting their energy into a relationship, a hobby, like they're putting their all into it. They don't do that half-ass shit.
No.
So if it ends up being nothing, they truly feel like it's like a cosmic joke.
Yes.
Like, why the fuck? Are you kidding me? I did all this for nothing?
Right.
They're gonna be, that's what's gonna make them sad. They're gonna be like, damn.
Right.
Ain't that some shit?
We'll be like, fuck that. Is that just my life?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just being punished, low-key?
Yeah.
And like, I feel like they would get into their heads about that. Like, is it a punishment? And
Yeah.
they don't deserve
Daddy
that.
Saturn's yeah, they'll be like, is Daddy Saturn punishing me?
Right.
What did I do wrong? No. Okay, next we have Aquarius, and it says feeling stupid / not smart enough.
I feel like this is very true. Aquarius always wants to be the smartest person in the room, low-key, you know? And they do have a lot of knowledge oftentimes, you know what I mean? And really great ideas on things. So when somebody maybe one-ups them or tries to like put them down on their knowledge and try to be like, oh, well, you don't know as much as you think.
Yeah.
I feel like that would make them very sad.
For sure. And Aquarius is very, very open-minded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they truly are willing to take in any information about any place. Well, open-minded, but closed-minded when it comes to the things that they know and they love, and like, that's how I feel. But they're willing to take in any information from any source and understand it. They're willing to get into any topic at any point, you know? So I do feel like sometimes that know-it-all tendency comes from the fact that they're so hard on themselves about wanting to know it all. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, well, I know things, you know what I mean? So it makes them really, really sad when they feel like they don't have the knowledge to be a part of a conversation.
Yes.
You know, because they truly do want to lead every conversation. So if they just so happen to be around a conversation that they don't know, a topic they don't know anything about, I feel like it does make them sad.
Yeah, because they have nothing intelligent
They
to
don't
say.
have anything to add to it.
And they want to.
They really do. That's why they're such great debaters. Like, they are always willing to argue with you about anything.
Yes.
And sometimes, you know, you guys just get really sad because you're like, well, shit, I don't know if I can add anything to this. Let me go to my room and Google some shit.
Right. Like on your phone, like, well, I heard. Me.
No, for real. For real. You guys are so smart, though, so don't let that make you sad. And at the end of the day in life, you can't know everything.
Exactly.
So I recommend finding a few subjects you're really into and just study it up.
Right.
Like, it's just not possible to be an expert on everything.
You can't.
You know?
Yeah.
And like, enjoy it, you know?
Yeah. Truly. Last but of course certainly not least is Pisces, and it says disappointing someone they care about.
Yeah. I feel like Pisces are really hard on themselves. And like, you know, we've talked about in all our Pisces videos, they truly feel so good when they're able to be there for you and take in all your emotions and help you understand them. So if they do end up disappointing someone they love, again, they feel like they didn't take into consideration their life's purpose.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel like most Pisces know how emotional they are and know how understanding they are and know what they do for their people. And if you don't, welcome to the club and watch all of our Pisces videos so we can remind you how good you are at understanding people. You know, so I feel like when they feel like they've disappointed someone, it truly feels like heartbreak every time for them.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. They take such time to try and understand people and in a non-judgmental way as well. So when someone says to them, well, you've disappointed me or you're not understanding me, I feel like that will really kind of throw them because they are such emotional people and they pride themselves on understanding your emotions and being empathetic for you in that moment.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode on what makes the signs super sad. Okay, make sure you comment down below if you agree with your sign, and if you didn't, let us know what makes you super sad. Okay, and if you didn't know, we have a podcast, and on this podcast we discuss, you know, lots of amazing things. So are you ready for this week's podcast question?
Yes.
Okay, the question is, do you agree with your moon sign's reason?
We're gonna get into it.
Yes, we get into a lot of great things on the podcast. We talk about astrology, dating, hot, you know, celebrity gossip, whatever it may be.
Spirituality.
All the good things. So make sure you check it out. The links are going to be down below. We post every Wednesday for our podcast. Post it on any, you know, podcast streaming platform as well as YouTube. So if you like video podcasts, make sure you check it out on YouTube. Every Monday and Thursday, we post our actual YouTube videos. We're going to link our socials somewhere around here. Make sure you give us a follow because we give you updates on whether we're posting or if we're not. We love you guys so much. We hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you later. Bye.